Flying and
Crackle Slash.
Crackle Slash all start with KA.
They do, yeah.
So you can't speed read them very.
The one I. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries.
Would you like to compensate?
You guys are starting.
Alright. Yeah, Snake Pithra.
So, set matchup is in Raziek's favor. I don't believe it's by a tremendous amount.
No, I was going to say, I feel like these two go pretty back and forth from what I've seen in the brackets.
Snake is a zoner trapper. All he wants to do is hang back and pressure your approach and use his big old limbs to combat you when you get, alright, whatever that was, to combat you when you get too close. However, Mithra is one of the fastest characters in the game. She don't give a fuck.
She does not give a fuck.
And Pyra has a gigantic fucking sword.
She's very strong. She puts a lot more into her swings than Mithra does.
Oh, nice back.
Wow.
That'll do it. Alright, only 50%. Mithra, the weaknesses, therefore, are Mithra has a very difficult time getting the kill.
Yes.
And Pyra is very slow.
Yes. Generally struggles more on the neutral.
Yeah. So, this is one of those matchups where you can't, as Aegis, you can't really allow Snake to get a lead because shit like this is happening.
Yeah, Snake against pretty much the entire cast because there's not a lot of people that are heavier than him. If you get a lead, it's rough because he's even more comfortable making trades because he's winning them even more.
Well, it's not necessarily that you don't want Snake to have a lead because that applies to everyone, really.
Right.
But it is true.
I think Snake honestly benefits from leads more than some other characters
Yeah,
do.
I'm not disagreeing with you necessarily.
Yeah.
It's just like general advice. But at the same time, this is particularly difficult for Aegis because if Snake has a big lead like he has now, Mithra's weakness in that
she can't really kill him.
She can't kill, and her limbs, like her sword, isn't quite as big as Snake's limbs.
No.
And generally
Which
speaking.
is a statement.
It's a statement.
That's a sentence.
That's a statement, yeah. Like, it's really, really difficult for Aegis to come back from a lead like this. Like, in order to really do it, she needs to get Snake.
You gotta out-neutral, like, Snake, and that is difficult to do, because, like you said, he's a zoner, but he's also a trapper. He's just waltzing around. He's throwing down explosives. He says, this is my part of the stage now. Fuck off.
Yep.
And you can't really do that, especially not when you're down.
Yeah, off stage.
Oh my god. That was like a frame away from this. Or from hitting, rather.
Oh, most of them usually are. Yeah, alright. That was a good read on the spot dodge.
Alright, well,
got the Snake.
Raziek is bringing it back pretty nicely.
Sure.
The gap is not as wide as it was, at the very least.
That is true, but like Aegis still needs to get the kill here, and
until the gap actually closes, we'll see how much it matters.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? Like, it doesn't matter how much momentum you have up until you have the lead,
if you stop, then... Oh my god, yeah.
See you later. Take these big old boots up your big old booty.
God, he did not skip leg day.
Actually, he has been skipping leg day since Brawl.
Fair enough. You know what I think the best language to play hero is?
Spanish.
No, probably French.
How's that?
Because of what they call whack and thwack.
What do they call?
Whack is called kill, and thwack is called super kill.
Hell yeah.
They're the best name.
Oh, they're really thinking about it.
Well, TehBlueOne stood up to unscrew on a TV. Oh. Not sure what happened there.
Oh, he wants a new monitor. Something's wrong with the one he's playing on.
Well,
that's interesting.
I mean, he is the winner, so he's icing himself out.
I suppose that's true. It's just. Oh.
Ah. Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It was a volume issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I get that. Sometimes when you play on a monitor that's too quiet, like, especially against Snake, who is like one of the few characters you want audio cues for.
That is very true. Snake is one of those characters where if you can't hear when he pulls a pin, you can't time how long the grenade is out.
It is very fitting.
Hear him say the word now.
Very fitting for the character, considering his whole deal is going on like undetected, right?
Right.
But in a competitive sense, it's perhaps not the most fair thing in the world.
You know, in Brawl, Snake played a really loud, obnoxious sound when he placed the C4.
Yeah, it was like the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like he was like
he was
cocking a
cocking a shotgun.
Yeah.
And I guess I understand why they took it out, because like C4 is supposed to be like a very stealth-based kind of tool, right?
You still with game with you? Yep.
And it's explicitly a buff for Snake, but it's also a nerf for everyone else, right?
True. My favorite thing about Brawl Snake was his down smash, where charging it just made him dig the hole more aggressively.
Yep.
It's not like the mine he placed was any more powerful. He just really got in there.
No, it was stronger.
I mean, it was, but I mean, like, the mine itself didn't change. He's still planting the same mine, but somehow digging the hole, really getting his hands dirty, made the explosion more aggressive.
Alright, try it again. Go on Lucario. Okay, no, never mind.
I don't think there's many people who go Lucario in this day and age.
Okay, try it again. See if the volume helps.
I can definitely hear it. Alright. Did the C4 flash in Brawl when you put it down? I don't think it did.
Nope.
Yeah, that's another, I guess, nerf for Snake, is that your opponent can at least see where it is at first.
That is true. Like, I'm not sure which one I prefer. I guess the visual cue is more obvious because you could play with no sound.
I feel like it's more believable that a C4 would do that, as opposed to, you know, sounding like a shotgun.
Yeah. Ooh.
Raziek going for more
Randy,
photon edges than
yeah.
I'm used to him seeing.
Well, I was saying this last time against Vest, in that Photon Edge, if you're not ready for it, it's surprisingly difficult to punish.
Yeah,
But
honestly.
if you are ready for it or you whiff, then you're gonna eat shit for it, like real
Yeah,
badly.
fucked.
So, like, if you can just, like, if you whip it out, but it's a calculated whip out, you know, then
Yeah.
I can understand the logic behind using it so often.
God, I played TehBlueOne in bracket today for the
He's
first
the number
time
of the beast.
in many months, and his use of down air is, it makes me cry, because I've always thought that, okay, this is my low levelness coming out, but I've always felt like top level Snakes never used as much down air and neutral air as I personally would if I played Snake, because those moves are really strong sounding, they do a bunch of damage, and they unstale your other shit.
Snake's neutral air has never been particularly, well, aside from like first
Okay,
hit you're landing.
bad example, it was
Yeah.
pretty good there.
Yeah, but like it's never as an attack that you just want to hit them.
Yeah.
With.
I get
like,
what you mean.
It's never been especially useful. Like in Brawl, if you landed all the hits and it was fresh, it did 29, which is fucking crazy for a single
Pretty
move.
crazy.
However, that game also had like the strongest SDI in the entire series. And
True.
if you got hit by all 4 moves, then frankly you're
You
just bad.
deserved it.
Yeah.
But that you got like the Pac-Man down there, man, and it's crazy.
Yeah, this is the struggle. Like I was saying, man, once you're down against Snake,
It's hard.
as Aegis,
It's
just
really hard.
difficult to come back.
When I was playing against TehBlueOne, I don't mean to make this about me. Oh my goodness. I did a decent enough job at not dying, but not dying against Snake really isn't good enough compared to other characters, I think.
Ooh, dash
Oh
attack.
wow, yeah. Not a move you see often come out from the pirate side of this character.
Well, sometimes you just whip it out, right?
Yeah, right. I got away with a couple more dash attacks than I should have today, but that's again beside the point. It's not about me. It's about TehBlueOne and Raziek.
Down tilts into, unfortunately, nothing. I want to say that up tilt was supposed to be up air.
That was the most elegant hop over a blazing end that I've ever seen anyone do.
That was super greedy, but he needed to. I understand.
He did.
Yeah.
Raziek is known for his safety, but he's also known to, you know, go for the plays when he's really down. The thing about it, though, is that he'll only go for the play once. If he doesn't get the play, he doesn't usually try a second time.
Well, on top of showing your hand, if you go for it a second time, then enough time is probably passed. Oh, yeah. he
Oh
caught
my
you
god,
sleeping.
again.
Yeah. Back throw into dash attack is only true if your opponent falls asleep.
It was so nice, he did it twice. And now he's only down 84%.
Well, only. I mean, like, these characters are fairly weak and Snake is super strong. However, it is 1 stock to 1.
I will also say that I think Raziek might be one of, if not our best players at playing at the back foot. Like, his ability to slow it down and just do what needs to be done, I think is honest. Oh, God. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
But I think Raziek's ability to just slow down and, like I said, just do what needs to be done and just work your way up there, no need to rush it. I think it's some of, if not the best in Nova Scotia. Man has the patience of a saint.
Going back to PS2.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, except you're down 2-0, so maybe it is broke. You always got to wonder that, right?
See, I don't know. Sticking with the Aegis, believe
I
in
mean,
his character.
comfortability, I think, takes priority over whatever data you could possibly pull up.
Well, I mean, there's, like, he still has the Cloud in the back pocket, right?
Also
but
true.
I'm not certain. I mean, I guess the biggest weakness that Cloud has over Aegis, or under Aegis, I guess, in this case, in the Snake matchup, is that Cloud's recovery is way more predictable.
Right.
Like, with Aegis, you at least have, like, 3 different options. You can swap to the other one, you can up B when you need to, and with
Mithra side B.
With Mithra side B, you can...
Whereas Cloud kind of...
With Cloud, yeah, you're just...
Probably should just auto-die if he's forced to up B.
Alright.
I was talking about this as well with... I was talking about this with Raziek during your set with the blue one. If you're gonna... In a best of 5, if you're going to try a different character... It's best to do it in game 2 while you've still got an extra game to play with, even if you lose.
Yeah,
so
that's actually the very thing that I said to Mark, is that well, but like I said, this will be real interesting. You have a game to burn, so you could if you want.
Exactly. So I think the fact that Raziek stayed Pyramithra game 2, unless game 2 just went exceptionally poorly, he wasn't. I don't think he was going to switch.
So this is a dramatic difference in gameplay coming from Raziek. He's preferring to swap to Pyra, and he's preferring to whip out the blazing ends. And that was a good...
very good catch on the recovery
read on the
there.
high recovery, yeah.
And now Raziek with the first lead this set.
And it's not a bad one. Like,
no, it's a pretty good one.
Like, we're finally talking about this matchup from the opposite foot, right? So Aegis has, like, she has all the weaknesses against Snake, as we discussed, but she also has the strength in that if she doesn't want to engage, she just doesn't need to.
No.
Whereas Snake could... He could just hang back and chuck grenades and maybe, like, a Nikita.
Oh, wow.
That was a good read. But that's not how Snake's going to win.
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
God, that move is still fucking
big. It's so good.
And well, it's good, but it's just
name
huge.
one thing bad with that move. You can't. We'll be here all day.
It's if you have the range to contest it, it's bad on shield.
Okay, how many moves have the range to contest?
Like Belmont forward tilt.
All right, I've been proven wrong. I had a thought and I forgot what it was. Oh, I was gonna, because you mentioned that Raziek was doing a lot more. He was going a lot more Pyra here in the game.
Right.
And I think that is something that Raziek does really well, that I think a lot of other Aegis players kind of fall into this trap where you think, they're still at like a lower percent, I should be playing Mithra. Whereas Raziek recognizes that sometimes it's just better to go Pyra in certain matchups, regardless of if you're quote-unquote supposed to be Pyra right now.
Pyra just legit does have a better matchup against some characters. Like, characters with particularly bad disjoint, so Pichu, Wario, Pyra does better against them than Mithra does.
I think there's just too much of a stigma of Pyra being like worse than Mithra that people just assume that you should be Mithra at all times. But sometimes you gotta be Pyra at that low mid percent.
You gotta remember that they both have their strengths and weaknesses, right?
True.
And sometimes, it's very matchup dependent, as we were saying, but sometimes Pyra's is just a better call.
And on the flip side, on the reverse, I think a lot of Aegis players fall into the trap of, they're at kill percent, I should go to Pyra now, and then they don't ever switch back to Mithra. But Raziek understands that sometimes you gotta win neutral in order to actually kill a man, so you switch back to Mithra. My point is that Raziek is really fucking good at this game.
What bad timing. Top 10 enemy betrayals right there. Ow.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I mean, still, 72%.
72 is... Oh, that was... I'm not sure I agree with that one.
Up there. Keep the snake away from me. That's not what you wanted.
I was just about to say, Raziek's been doing a pretty good job at not getting punished for blazing ends when he whiffs, but then he got grabbed, so... Oops.
It's I guess it's a medium move, but it's not something that you can just whip out.
Okay. You know what? I do like that F smash though. I think everyone thought Raziek would have gone to ledge there.
Okay.
All right, he's good. Good DI.
Not yet. Oh, the first grenade got him.
All right, what's he get? Oh, the read. Oh my god, this is suddenly so even.
You gotta hang back and, like, what's the plan here? Do you stay pirate?
Oh, the read on the roll. He does that a lot, yeah. Yeah. I realized
by
that.
TehBlueOne.
Well played, yeah. I did realize during my set with him, he knows that against Snake, like, if you're